Welcome back to the Wandering Reseller.
I like traveling across California, Nevada, and Arizona, searching for unique treasures at estate sales, thrift stores, and auctions. I also dabble in online auctions to uncover hidden gems from all over the country. This channel is all about the thrill of the hunt, finding those vintage collectibles, rare items, and items that have incredible stories to share.
I'm also somebody that struggles with disabilities. Having to write with my voice, comprehend with my ears. So that makes the treasure hunting more interesting. So using AI to expand my geniusness. So sit back, enjoy today's treasure hunt.
Whoa. Oh, we got big waves today. Nice. How's everybody doing? I got home safe from Pahrump. This whole morning I worked on this cool video. I was all excited. Audio didn't capture. It takes a lot of discipline to do this. But there we go, that's better. Just plugging away. Orders are coming in. A little better than normal. It's better than it has been. About $1,200 for the week. It's not a lot, but it's a lot for me. Yeah, it looks like we got 9-10 foot waves. We're gonna go check them out. It's I had a good trip. Truck ran really well. No problem with the. I was worried about the starter not working in the heat. I only changed the plug, and what would you call it? The fuse, starter switch fuse, and that's all it was. I didn't want to get stuck out there, so I brought a jumper just in case I needed it. And I can always push start that car to. The truck is pretty cool that way. I had it hasn't left me yet. Well, I've lost a tire on it. In the middle of Oklahoma. Coming back from a Pro-Am golf series. No, that wasn't the Pro-Am. So we actually went on a vacation, a friend of mine. I did a lot of work and I must have got distracted or something because I didn't tighten the lug nuts, and they popped off, and as soon as I stopped, that tire just went off the rim. I got lucky I wasn't going 80 miles an hour like I was earlier. Oh, I'm sorry. You better hurry up. Yeah. I don't think you're... Dog just barked at me. Of course, when I should the waves, there's no waves. They've been pretty big all day. I came down earlier, tested my electric bike. It don't bite me, kiddo. Coming up and sniffing my ankles. It's not a dog park. Alright. Need to try to stay positive. Still in June. There we go. Still real small right now. We got a set coming. yeah, so I'm working on the video, and it's my trip to Pahrump, Nevada as a reseller. I'm not sure what I'm going to name it, but it's going to be a part of a series of different cities I go to. So it's going to be like my view of the reseller. So we're going to talk about history and products that are selling from Nevada, and celebrity products. There we go. So it's kind of be, no, there we go, outside. We have the wedge about 4 miles away from me. Certain types of wave, certain type of condition causes like 15 to 20 foot waves. I'll make sure I get that someday. It's a Saturday, kind of light. It is still April 12th, maybe. Anyway, yeah, it's gonna be like exploring Pahrump, Nevada as a reseller's take on historical finds and celebrity products. And then I'm trying to find a little niche that's not always talking about eBay. I want to start talking about reselling and the hunt. There we go. Nice waves in the background. Can you see those? Let's find out. Last time I was in the ocean, I almost drowned, so I haven't been back in. I had a wetsuit that got had a ripped, and I started taking in water, and everything started getting tighter. My friend kind of saved me on my butt. It was probably 20 years ago. I never had wanted to go back in. I'll swim, but I won't surf. If I had to swim, I would swim. But yeah, so exploring Pahrump, Nevada, reseller take, historical, looking for historical finds, or historical celebrities, treasure hunt, something. It has to be up that alley. Basically, I start here in the morning after dropping off my postage. My post office down in Newport, they have a P.O. box, and they have a machine in the lobby, and I can scan all of my postage in early. It's 24 hours a day, it's open, and I can drop it off anytime I have them ready. So I had the whole plan to go there and stay one night in my truck, off grid. I had my solar system, I had my refrigerator, I had everything set up. One problem: the weather said it was going to be 80, 90, and then by the time the day happened, it was 102. So it was just way too hot, especially coming from the beach. I was not ready for that at all. And so we came on home. So I slept a 2-hour nap. I only had 3 hours the night before. I'm still low on sleeping. I don't think I can get around this without the water coming. Come on. Yes. Oh, the toes got wet. It's alright. Salt water won't kill anybody. That's what I just went around. As the tide goes down. This is now the river jetty. You guys have been here before. Yeah, so I went to Totopa. I drove through Totopa, checked out the hot springs. Found a really cool lithograph. It's like a reflected statue. And then I went to Sonoma. I think I'm saying that correctly. The gas station had a pretty good gift shop, so they must have a lot of tourists stopping there. $6 gas. Couldn't believe it. $5.95, $6. And then the museum was right across the street, and they had a really like interesting history. And then I went to the Pahrump museum. The lady that was working there, she was cool. She ended up telling me she worked at one of the brothels back in her days. And I'm like, you know, I didn't go into detail. I just let her talk. Yeah, everybody has their story, you know. And we were talking about history there, and talking about, you know, Art Bell, one of the celebrities from Pahrump, Nevada. So I got pictures of that, and we showed me the nuclear Area 51 and the nuclear testing. So I have a whole bunch of ideas like of what to look for when I'm there. You know, if you find anything from any of those museums, you know you're going to find something of value to sell. So if I go, then I went to a antique thrift store. It was Manic thrift store. I don't know the name, I forget it, but it was packed. And I found out they do storage lockers, so that's right up my alley. I was pretty stoked about that because I was able to bundle. She let me film. I did a really good take on that. That's what I'm looking for. When I go there, I already have my little secret hole. I go to my estate 411 auction, and anytime a casino stuff shows up, or anytime anything that shows smalls and volume, because they don't sort through that. What they do is they know what they know, and when they get to a point where it's a whole bunch of smalls, they just kind of move away from them. You know, they put them in the lot and let people bid on them, and I do my best at State 411 as far as finding treasures, especially from Pahrump. And I got a whole bunch of poker chips, and they were 30, 40 years old, and she said they were $40, $50 a piece. I'm like, they didn't know they had them in there, and I had hundreds of them. So it's like, you just never know what's going to come through. This time around, I jumped on the menus. I jumped on the menus from Vegas. So whoever was collecting the menus from the lunch hall or whatever restaurant was inside the casino, it was good because that, you know, I've had like $1,000 in the last 6 months on solds from Vegas casino menus. I sold one for $100 and some, and I sold probably 35 menus. And so it must have came from that same batch that didn't get processed through that estate auction. And then I bought some other stuff too. I already went through it all. It's all organized. I bought a whole bunch of collectible coins and space shuttle tokens and all sort of pretty cool things. So I'm going to turn this around. Hang on. So the next couple weeks, I'll have 1,500 products photographed, and I'll have a one button link to each one of those to Worth Point. And I got to shift the way I price. I offer a 30% discount all the time on newer items that get released. They automatically go to 30% off. So I need to crank that up 20% more than what sold comps are. So I'm not quite giving it away, I don't need things to sell immediately, and that's what's been happening. I'll be listing something new and boom, it'll just go. And yeah, I just rather try to extract as much money as I can on items that I've done the time and the research on. And I hope you enjoy this next video that I'm working on editing. It's going to be that fast-paced, prompt, historical reseller, prospecting, searching for items from that area, and I think it's going to be one of my favorite videos I've done so far. And then I'm going to do the next couple months. I'm going to do around my neighborhood. I'm trying to get my viewer count higher, so when I create better videos, people watch them. And right now, I'm just under 1,000 hours. I still got, I might not ever get monetized. And that's okay. But I would probably end up just doing one clip videos, and that's not fun. Because I can't put major time into stuff if I'm not going to get something out of it. Even if you guys click on that link and needed some historical or pricing on items you have, at least I'll make like $4 or $5. So just keep that in mind. I'm not gonna quit eBay. I think it's helping me mentally, talking, and because I think you know the story. I'm solo, so I don't have anyone helping me with the product or shipping, or I do it all. No relationship right now, and I'm grateful for what I have, and I just gotta keep pushing. So I enjoyed today. Thank you guys for coming out. Have a good day. I just talked to a guy like 30 minutes. Didn't know him from snot. Roman. He rides his bike out here twice a week. I got a new thing I'm doing with names. Since I'm not good with them, I write them down in my reminders app, and I just put a note next to the name, just where I met them. And then probably in the future, if I have my glasses on, I might snap a picture of people I might see more often, so I can remember them. But to finish my conversation today, try to make this video longer. I had pretty good. I rode my electric bike, which that story, I might do another video on that story. But I got my battery back. So I tested it yesterday. It got me home, powered up the hill. I was all excited. And then today I rode all the way down to Huntington Beach. So I rode 14 miles on my bike today, plus my 2-mile walk on a Saturday. So I definitely was active today. And I had some issues with the bike. I paid $300 for the electric bike, repacking the battery. And so when it goes down to 3 bars, I can't stop. I got to keep on going. That's the new thing. Because I stopped at, grabbed something to bite on the way back home, and I had to pedal the heavy bike back home. But I didn't realize the goal is to not have to do that. I mean, I'm pedaling, but I want to have the battery assistant help me. And so that's the thing. I went 14 miles, and on like mile 12 I stopped. It's about 2 miles away from the restaurant, and it didn't turn back on. And I used to go another mile farther in Huntington Beach. So I definitely noticed it's probably not getting the same range what it was. But now I'm having a new rule. If it drops down to 3 bars on the battery, I can't stop. And that's okay. That's okay. And and I'll talk about the battery situation. I hadn't had good communication for the customer from the customer for a little while, and I was, since I'm a reseller, I'm scarred from people ripping me off or sending me AI photos of their item broken and me refunding them and not realizing, like, now anytime that happens I have to scan the photos for yeah. Then I did a video for that just to talk to people about it, and there's bad people out there, so I overreact, even though the person admitted to me that he should have probably communicated better, because why did I have to get to a point where I felt like I had to file a criminal complaint? And it's $1,000 battery. So we both learned something from it, and I'm just happy that I have my bike back to a point where even if I can just go 14 miles, I know like, hey, it has 3 bars, I just have to keep going home. And that's good. I got that now under control. Maybe I save up here next year or two, wear this out, get a new battery, or get a new bike. It might be cheaper just to get a new bike. But anyway, we're I was pretty busy. I went down to the other back bay that went through all the products and separated them, and none of that video worked, but I still have the video, so I'm gonna split in when I'm talking about the products. I'll show you what ones I got, but I'll be using my voice from the beach. All right, you guys, final, this one's done. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep hunting, keep flipping, and stay wandering. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned to see what treasures we discover next time.